I got accepted into Cal Poly, a university, for architecture in prison.
Dope.
Bro, I had a cell phone in prison that I was applying online and writing my essay. And they don't fucking know nothing.
That's dope, bro.
Because you can do
Crazy.
online courses.
Yeah.
Once, fives, throw them 20s. Looking dumb in the club, throw no money. Didn't want me, it's so funny. Now they get killed, go get her or go fund me. I done made a couple of hundred through pandemic. Hard 6 Vegas like P, no damn limit. Yo ass nigga money was short, that damn midget. Lifestyle rubbers won't work, I can't fit it. Then he plus a fuck a Netflix. Get her on the prompt and I'm hitting the next bitch. Bitch, your last nigga don't exist. Ain't nobody
Seen Old School where Tank is working on Frank the Tank is working on his car and then his wife comes out and he's like, don't let Frank come out.
Oh,
Yeah, he's like, I won't. I
The
promise.
alter ego?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's me.
But what's
Couple
what's
shots
the name?
in.
What's the name?
Bird.
No, but what's the alter ego name?
Oh, I don't know.
Like Beyonce got Sasha Fierce? Like, you know what
Oh,
I mean?
I don't know. I haven't thought like that.
Buddy from what's that thing where the dude's pretty big and then he takes this thing, he's like a scientist and gets himself skinny.
Oh, the Nutty Professor?
Nutty Professor is my favorite alter ego. All right, you ready?
Mine is Benny
up?
Blanco. Benny Blanco in all black.
From who's
That's Carlito's Way. The dude who kills Carlito in the end.
what movie is that?
You never seen Carlito's Way?
No.
Oh, you gotta throw that in the pot.
Hey,
I gotta
we
throw that
gotta
on
watch
the movie
Carlito's
list.
Way. Hey, we already having a good conversation. We haven't even
Oh,
started
yeah.
yet.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of To Be Blunt. I'm here with your co-host, DJ Birdwater.
DJ Birdwater in the building. You already know the vibes. Spark up, light up. We got a special guest in the building.
Hey, if you're out there and don't have any kush, hit our direct-to-consumer right now. Go get your pack, you know what I mean? And roll a fat one, come chief with us, you know? As you can see, we really, choose our guests really, strategically. And how I choose them is, if I vibe with them, I fuck with them. And I met this guy a few months ago, and we done some dope shit together. If you don't know the brand GeedUp, here's AJ from GeedUp Los Angeles.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that was a hell of an intro. Like, damn. I think everybody need an intro like that. Like, their
we
social media page or something. That was dope.
We do it
Thank
every
you, guys.
Friday, you know?
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
kind of flowing.
Nah,
man.
that was smooth, man. Thank you. I
for
appreciate
sure,
you
bro.
guys, man.
Hey, what's that movie you're talking about, though? I never heard about that movie.
Oh, okay.
Explain
Carlito's
it.
Way.
What is the, at least, the dialogue of the movie or,
All right, so we were just talking right now off camera about
No, they're going to add that in there.
okay,
Yeah,
about
yeah.
alter egos, right? So if you go to my Twitter page and all that, it says AJ Corleone, and then my alias is Benny Blanco in all black. And I like it because Blanco's white, and then I love to wear all black. But Benny Blanco's from Carlito's Way, where this old hustler goes to prison. He comes home from prison, and he's trying to be cool. He doesn't want to do the hood and the streets and all that.
Okay.
But he can't change who he is. So he ends up doing everything that he used to do.
Yeah.
And it gets him killed in the end. And the guy who kills him is his version, but younger. So him, but a younger version.
That's crazy.
Who made that movie?
Oh man, I don't
Sounds like
even
a
know.
Tarantino
Dude,
movie.
it's amazing though.
It sounds like a...
It's-
what is,
Sure,
is
Quentin
that
Tarantino
irony,
movie.
ironic, or...
yeah,
right?
The irony.
So
and it's
for-
Al Pacino. It's all
Yeah.
that. It's fire.
Oh, I fuck with him
Yeah.
heavy. Okay, dope.
Yeah.
That'll be... I'm going to watch that today. So, or tomorrow, because...
Yeah.
So, so for...
moving around to it.
So for everyone that doesn't know, can you give a brief intro of who you are and what you do and where you're from?
Bro,
Yeah,
that's AJ
yeah.
from GeedUp.
That's how they gotta respond, straight up. My name's AJ. I'm from GeedUp, Los Angeles. I work in fashion. I work in marketing. That's my main lane in fashion. But I'm from Los Angeles, mainly Pasadena. But I've been in fashion, bro. I started with a boutique that was out in Pasadena. Ended up getting with my family, my homies, Crooks and Castles. And then we did
That's
amazing
familiar,
work.
Crooks and Castles.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that brand was big, bro.
huge, bro, huge.
Like, what, 7 years ago, 10 years ago?
Yeah, and we worked with there's nobody that you could name in athletics, music, whatever that we haven't worked with. Jay-Z, Fabulous, Lil Wayne, everybody.
That's
Like,
lit.
And we were did it all from the ground up.
Yeah.
My guys, before I even got there, they were moving crazy units out the garage.
Just hustling.
Hustling.
So
Yeah.
you
And
got
they really created the game. For streetwear, they're they're really like some of the godfathers of it.
How'd you even get into like a boutique? Like, how'd you get into fashion? You're like, one day you're like, I'm gonna go open a boutique. I'm from Pasadena, California. But you just said you work with one of the bigger brands that did numbers and stuff. And then you came in. So you're just learning from that aspect right there. That's dope. Talk about it.
There was a friend of mine who, this is how I met him. I would skateboard and just be in the street, that kind of stuff. This is high school time.
You're a skater?
Yeah.
AJ's a skater.
Yeah. There was a time.
That was the time.
And then, so this dude was like a designer. He was walking into like an office space with like a stack of Nikes, which, you know, you're in high school. One box of brand new shoes is like amazing to you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And he had like 10 pairs. So I stopped him and I asked him, like, yo, what do you do? Like, why you got so many shoe boxes?
Yeah.
And he told me, oh, I'm a designer. And I never met anyone who was a designer. And he was like, yeah, I design for Nike and this and that.
Damn.
And I told him, you should open a store here.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know if that would work, whatever. He ends up opening the store and he tells me, like, well, help me every now and then, like, to do stuff, promotion, like that kind of stuff. So that's how I got in. And bro, I'm talking about like humble beginnings. I would be at like a concert passing out flyers for like this sneaker spot.
Oh.
Like from the beginning, he would give me printouts of posters and I would go around the city and put them on like poles and all that. And in the middle of the night when nobody knew. Like this was just
Why'd you do that?
I liked fashion. I felt like, I always felt like an outcast, more or less, in the hood growing up, because when I did have like an extra, stash of money, I wanted to buy stuff that was like cool to me. And everybody else wanted to buy like, I don't know, like something that wasn't fashion.
Okay.
And
I remember, you were spending money on clothes when you worked, okay.
And I cared about it. So like, even being from Pasadena, you could go buy a pair of shoes at like the mall or something, right? I would go all the way to West LA and like Sporty LA on Melrose to buy my pair of shoes. Right. And everyone would be like, yo, you don't know anybody. Why'd you go that far? You wasted your whole day. But for me, it was like an adventure. I loved it. And because I moved like that, I moved through the whole city. Like, I never felt like one part of the city was off to me.
That's what we really talk about on this podcast. If you guys don't know, Pasadena, California is like northern. It's like northern LA, like eastern. So, like what is it like?
Northeast LA? We're right up against northeast,
and it's very close. It's like a close cut community. A lot of dope people like Hit Boy, Big Hit. A lot of good athletes came out the what's called the Rose Bowls there. A lot of culture in that area.
Mad people live there. Like De La Hoya lives there. Like mad people like that want to be like under the radar but have money, a great lifestyle, live there. That city has everything.
A lot of people in LA don't leave their area. And then for you to say that someone told you, like, you wasted your whole day going to West LA to that sneaker shop for something that you cared about, is, to me, it's like, that's what was taught in that environment, right? So your environment coming out of Pasadena, because LA is different than every part of the country, if you guys didn't know, because there's a lot of people that are, like, aligned to you and what you do, because there's so many people here, you know what I mean? So you'll always find your circle. But you going to West LA, and then, like, when you were growing up, was there more people into fashion like you that inspired you towards that? Or you're like, kind of like, nah, I just got to be fly for the girls? Or
it was just like what I was into. Like, it was like exciting for me. I would watch like music videos, Mobb Deep or whatever was like popping. And I'd be like, dude, where did they get that? I don't see that anywhere around me. So I got to go somewhere else to try to find these things. And then whenever I came back, people would be like, yo, where did you get that? Like, same thing, same reaction. I've never seen that. And it was just always my thing. Like, and it wasn't just be West LA. Like, I'll go to Long Beach. I'll go to Compton. I feel comfortable going anywhere. Yeah. And I've always moved like that. Yeah. So luckily, that's like what built up a lot of my network. It's because I'm always outside. I'm always moving around.
Since you started a boutique, nowadays...
Oh, no, I didn't start it. My homie started it.
The homie started it, and he gave him the idea to start it.
Dope. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And what was all streetwear?
Yeah, it was all streetwear.
Where, on Colorado? Or?
Right on Colorado.
Okay. Oh, okay. What was it called?
It was called Gray One.
Gray One.
Yeah.
Did you guys sell sneakers there, too?
Yeah, he sold super limited sneakers.
I think I went there
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was popping.
because I like Pasadena.
Yeah.
I really like that area. I want to buy my next house in that area. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
nice.
Hey, that's a really
especially-
community area. If you
Yeah.
ever
It
was
realize, like,
beautiful.
people walk around there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've bought shoes there before. Once,
Yeah, you probably have.
Because it was the only one like it there. Everything else is like name brand stuff. You know what I'm saying? So no, that's dope. So what do you think? Like nowadays, I feel like especially nowadays, most states or anything business clothes wise, anything, it's more e-commerce than anything. Would you agree or do you?
Yeah, but I feel like that's occurring now because that wasn't really that wasn't an opportunity back then. Like using the internet wasn't, nobody was that tech savvy. I feel like our age is like the age where we got to see both sides.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
There was a time where we weren't online and then we saw online become what it is today.
We were like the last era to see that
Yeah.
older traditional way of hustling and
Yeah.
doing stuff compared to the now. I would say work smarter, not harder type of stage. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even think about a phone. We
Yeah.
grew up with like a phone in the house.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
got a
No
phone
one's
now.
got a phone. That's true.
If I put a phone there, people would probably like trip out. Like,
Yeah.
what is this? Like, what's this doing here?
How old are you, bro?
I'm 37.
37.
shit.
Damn,
Yeah.
you look like you're 20,
Yeah.
30, 32,
Yeah.
28. You're my
Hey,
age.
Keys, you gotta laugh. You
I'm
look happy.
33, so
God
we're
damn.
like very
You
close.
get good G's, you
Yeah,
gotta laugh.
feel me?
Blunt
You gotta
shirts
laugh.
for that.
Bro,
Blunt
here,
shirts, you
yo.
laugh for.
Oh yeah, I gotta
you
get
gotta
right
smoke
too.
up, bro.
Hey, go ahead and get your cigar out. So look, how'd you get from the boutique to a company like GeedUp? Which, hey, what do they sell out in 3 minutes? What was the last time they sold out? Go ahead, go flex on us.
flex?
This is insane numbers. If y'all want to talk about it.
So just to give you guys the culture of GeedUp. GeedUp is a brand that's from Sydney, Australia. That's where it's based, right? Shout out Paco, TK, Yaz, all of my guys out there, Joey. So this brand, when I tell people how in demand it is, how sought after in that region it is, I mean, it's easy to say that without, giving clear examples. So some of the examples that we have are like on the website, there's a button that you can input your size and everything, so you know what size you are. T-shirts, hoodies, all that stuff. And when there's a whole collection, as soon as it goes live, you can log on and put buy all. So you get one of everything in your size. And when people do that, like, I'm going to buy everything so I can make sure I get what I want. By the time they check out, there will still be like 2 or 3 items. Like, damn, they sold out. I couldn't even get those. Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
They
bro.
move. They
How,
move.
how did GeedUp get to that point? Like, of creating something so hype that people want it. It's thrived after, because I know there was a lot of work put in and passing out
man.
flyers in the beginning. I'm not too sure with the backstory of GeedUp
Yeah.
and how it came up, but I'm super curious.
So that's all Paco, man. Paco, the owner.
Shout out Paco.
Paco J.
Love you, Paco.
Yeah. Nah, bro. He put in the blood, sweat, and tears to make the brand what it is. I mean,
He's from Australia, right?
he's from Australia. That's where he's,
Shout out to
born
my
and raised.
Australians.
Yeah, Western Sydney. And I've known Paco for I think close to 10 years. And we met online digitally. So networking. And he would hit me about his brand and I would give him some insight. He would ask questions. Hey, when you guys at Crooks do this and that, how can I do this? I've never been like a gatekeeper. I've never felt like, I feel like if you're creative, then like intellectual property or ideas, whatever, nobody can take that from you.
Right.
Because by the time you're trying to copy something I did, I've been thinking about something else.
ahead of the
So
game,
I got nothing to lose.
What do you think GeedUp means?
Well, for GeedUp, when he started the brand, for him, it's like, one, to be a problem, but to be proud to be a problem. And that doesn't mean like in a negative sense, like somebody might take it for face value. It means like if this quarterback is going to play and, in this college game, and they're like, that quarterback's a problem. Like, he gets out of the pocket, he'll
Lamar
run,
Jackson.
he'll throw, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you're proud to be a disruption for you to be successful type of thing. It pretty much means to be successful and to strive for everything to be, the success story you want. That's why one of his favorite things to put a mantra is play for keeps.
Play for
If we're
keeps.
coming in, we're coming in for everything.
You know how I
We're
feel
gonna
GeedUp
kill
about me?
Always like that.
competition.
Played for keeps.
Yeah, it's
I've
dope.
always liked
That's
that saying.
fire.
That's dope.
You know how I feel about GeedUp? How when I look at GeedUp?
Tell
I'm
me.
gangstered up, bro. Like I'm G'd up,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'm playing for keeps, bro. Hey, but one thing I noticed since I met bro, we did a dope event out in New York,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was y'all watched the vlog, and he was a major part of it. He shook up fucking space. He was at what record company were you at the next couple days?
Which one?
What's
Yeah. Rock Nation.
You're at
called
Rock
me.
Nation,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Hit
how
me up
big
and
that
talk
event
about
went.
it. Yeah.
That event was so legendary. It's probably one of my favorite events we ever threw with the company, and we throw a lot of events, right? And that built a relationship with me, my brother AJ, and the whole GeedUp staff, and a lot of other people that were involved with that. Bro, I was partying with my favorite football player, Antonio Brown, that night because of you.
Yeah,
It's pretty dope because you brought him over there and put me in that situation. So I want to give you your flowers to that because that means the world to me, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
It means the
I
world
had
to
no
me.
idea you had that backstory with him too.
Nah, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to speak about it. You
That's
feel me?
fucking dope.
Because there's
It
a
was just
lot of dope
organically
shit.
happening.
Yeah. And
Qu-
it's like full circle moments. Like
pretty dope, bro.
Question, bro. Like, what do you, in your opinion, what's been the thing that GeedUp has done that's really made the brand stand apart and be where it's at right now?
I would say he has a lot of factors. I don't think it would be one thing that Paco did to make the brand such a success. I would say one, he has a lot of integrity for what he makes. And what I mean is like he will never remake anything. So when this shirt releases, when this jacket releases, it releases once and that's it.
Exclusive.
It's exclusive always. And a lot of people might hear that and say, oh, they're like anyone could do that. You can, but on the business end, it's not so easy because let's say you made $1 million selling these jackets, right? Which he's done. So it's not like a crazy hypothetical. But you made $1 million off of one item. Anybody would say, yo, let me run that item back, make another $500,000 or something. He still will hold it down and be like, I'm not going to do that because this is how valuable the brand is. And the people who did get it, I want them to feel that value.
It makes the price go up.
Yeah. So that's one.
Creator demand.
Yeah. And his demand has always been there. Well, not always been there. He really built it into that.
Yeah.
Another thing he's huge on is community. Super huge
people.
on community, always. He's like a
How does he connect with the
super-
community?
So he does community projects. He's somebody that like you've met him. He's very charismatic. He's like full
Fly.
of energy. Yeah, fly. He's just
That
like
boy is flying.
he's a good dude, man. And I feel like he's always trying to like do some kind of outreach for the community, whether it's like troubled kids, whether it's donating. Like we've only had the brand here in the U.S. a little over a year now, right? We just launched it here in the States for a little over a year.
When did y'all launch it in the U.S.?
And I would say, I think our paperwork shows like September 22.
I went to the GeedUp
No,
office in
yeah,
LA, bro.
like
That shit
22.
was so fly. That shit had a cutlery board with all type of different cheese. AD kept picking up cheese and eating it, putting it in the back. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, AD, yeah. Everybody
Hey,
are good.
But I'm so proud of you guys, bro. I met the whole team up there in New York, and my team was around them, and we really got connected up there, right?
Nah, 100%.
And it was something like that you'll never forget in a lifetime. To me, at least. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that I go to and I forget until I see a video of it. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, you know what I love about that though? None of us are from New York when we did that.
And you had
like,
the biggest
all
New York
New York-
artists pull up.
Bro, and all New York came and showed out for us. Like, and it wasn't just one factor. Like everybody they saw like on the flyers. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the New York Fashion Week event we did.
That drop
but
was nice.
It was dope. But one of the cool things that like we had meetings about when I would come visit you guys was like, oh, we're gonna put like Big Chief supplying the smoke and like crazy in New York. Dude, that just sounds
We're the biggest
fire.
brand in New York.
Yeah.
And then they're launching. It was like, honestly, it was so dope. And we came back after that. And we're like, how can we make it bigger and better
Yeah.
and more like, how do we get the most out of this? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So now we're sitting here.
Yep.
And we're looking at this. I'm not gonna tell you our collab. I want to do a collab name right there. It's so fucking fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like we don't even do collabs with people, but this one just makes sense. You know what I mean? And then how I look at it is, you guys are the biggest of what you do. So us
Yeah.
doing this is pretty
Yeah.
dope. And then secondly, Big Chief is going international.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
We're going to Spain,
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah.
Where else? Fucking
Yeah.
a lot of different
UK.
places, right?
Yeah, nah. And we're starting in we're going to Europe. We're gonna do something in Europe real soon. Which is like, again, these are things that we were talking about, Bird, like just being creative. Like if you told somebody, if the first probably reaction on telling somebody, oh, we're gonna do this in this area, they'd be like, why? Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Why would you go there? Like they're not seeing it, but we're not trying to do things that are like buy a playbook or you don't have to give me a proven example of this is gonna work out the way we want it to. We're creative. We'll put in the work. If it doesn't work out the first try, then we'll come back.
We'll see what
We'll learn
happen. You
something.
know what I mean?
We'll learn this is the right area, this is the wrong person, whatever it is, and we're gonna come back with what we need.
Right.
And we're gonna make it work. And that's gonna be like our expansion.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
And we
dope.
look at it like we're from LA and we're not educated in any of this. And look at where we're taking it.
Yeah.
There's no part of the
Global.
same way. Same way
What
moving
do you
around the
think,
city.
like, one of the biggest things people struggle on when creating or trying to build a clothing brand?
I think it's hard when people are starting clothing brands and they focus it on existing brands already. So I see a lot of people like when there's a super popular brand, let's say Fear of God or Rude, and they have details in it that are like obvious and super popular. When they make a brand, they mimic those exact details. And I'm like, man, like you have no identity.
Yeah.
Like,
brand identity is huge because
Yeah.
it sets you apart from every single thing.
For everything.
It's like your niche. If you
Yeah.
don't have a niche, how can you have what you're doing? You know what I mean? So for our niche of our podcast, we're super blunt and we smoke blunts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't talk about weed all day. We talk about weed, but we don't talk about weed all day. We talk about the biggest factors of what dopeness happens. So if you just copy somebody else's niche, you're not creating something special. But when you create something special within your own, the world catches up and then supports that because it's something different.
Yeah.
So that was huge what you said right there. Because brand identity is everything.
And then like it's crazy
It's a lot
because
to
a lot
make
of
you big.
people, and I know it's like a social thing also.
You have to have brand identity to blow up a brand. There's no big brand without a brand identity. It's like you're so
can't.
watered out and you're doing different things and people don't know what you're doing.
They
You feel me?
don't- yeah.
To you, you're like,
What
we're
are
doing
you?
a lot of things right now.
Yeah.
But the person's like, what the fuck is this stand for? Why should
They're
I
all
be a
over the
part of
place.
this? You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
You want people to be like, understand the brand identity
Yeah.
and be like, oh, shit, this shit's for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
they'll stand behind that shit.
Yeah, because like
That's huge.
one thing, everything's not for everyone. So
Not at
when
all.
there's a group of people that say like, "Oh, I don't like this. I don't fuck with that." That's cool. That doesn't mean it's not a cool thing.
It's just not for you.
for you. Think about cars. Like every car is not supposed to look. You know, if there's a car collector, he likes to drive this car on Saturday for this reason, and then this car on Sunday, and then when he's with all his family, he wants this car. Like you can have variations and move within them. You don't have to have like one lane, one whatever. So even like with clothing, if you made all black clothing, you were like, all I'm doing is all black. All right, cool. There's people who are like, oh, when I want a black fit, I'm gonna buy this, and that's cool. But I feel like a lot of people start brands and they'll be like, oh, I want to take all these features from, of course, like the most successful brands, and it's like, now who are you?
Right.
What about when they change it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna change it?
How crazy is that? It's just not fashion. That's music. That's any type of brand. Cannabis. Like if you even plumbing type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could take that business. You could take that business model and look at it in different perspectives, right? And every single thing that you do, and it always leads back to the same thing, bro. It's that simple. You can do if you got the formula to do it correctly, you can make anything and everything shake. And it's where you put your time to at the end of it.
Yeah.
So my thing is, you put your time into building your network. You did this boutique. You got part of GeedUp, right?
Yeah.
What's your future endeavors like? What do you look at that where it's taking you? Because it's opening many dope doors to you, and I'm glad I met you. You know what I mean? So talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really curious because you're a really charismatic person. You grind. You wake up early.
Yeah,
You're a family man. You feel me?
Yeah.
And you're not open minded. You always see what's going on, even on to the network on social media. to the showing love. Like, I'm giving you your flowers right here because I respect you as a person. You feel me?
Thank you, bro.
So
Thank you.
I want to see where you go. So where are you gonna go? Like, what do you want to do?
So what I really want to do, and what like everything that I'm doing now is like working towards. Almost any time I've been on, right? Well, every time I've been on, anything that I've done, I bring people with me, and I bring like my people. So
Shout
if
out
I have Bree,
Shout out
she's
Bree's
my
mom.
niece. Like I'll bring family that's interested in the industry, or is like trying to find their footing to be creative, whatever. I'll give them a lane into something that I'm doing so that they can find themselves. If I have somebody who grew up around the way with me, who is into photography but has never done a lookbook or something, I'll bring them and have them shadow me, and then start doing their own BTS shots and that kind of stuff so they can get in the lane. And then they're up and running. And I've done this like throughout my career. Like I don't have to name drop anybody, but a lot of like favorite people here in LA, I've been there for them when they weren't who they are now. And not to name drop because they all did that work. So I'm not trying to take credit for who they are now, but at the same time,
Yeah, they made
they
the
had
role
that support
in their success.
for me.
That's like
That's
beautiful,
the dope
bro,
part of it because you know
a lot of
yourself.
Yeah, a lot of people won't put other people in position to also win because they want to hold it. They want to gatekeep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
there's very few people like that think like you think. Like I'm the same way. As soon as I started, seeing good shit happen in my life,
Yeah.
I wanted to put certain friends of mine on.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna hang out with them when I'm not with them.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I don't want to be the only one at the top.
Yeah, that's not
You know what I'm
that
saying?
that's not my goal. I don't want to be like my friends to come over to my place and be
Yeah.
like, this is the only time we get to have this experience as if we're with AJ. I want them on their own regard to have it.
Right.
And so one of my goals is I have my own marketing company, and I want to grow that into something else where everybody that I work with now from my team out here in Los Angeles, that they can manage the whole company. And now I can go open another office like on the East Coast or Miami and do the same thing there, grow that. And I'm just managing my team like, all right, who are we bringing to the table
Taking
next?
over America with AJ from GeedUp.
Who are we bringing to the table next? Like, what's
Right.
the next move? Like, we have our strategies, and then we just put it together, and then they're again they can be their own boss, and they can be put on.
Yeah.
And this is everybody without education. None of us educated in fashion, but there's no limit. Like, look at Pharrell.
It's limitless.
Bro, Pharrell is
that's
heading
the dopest
Louis
quote.
Vuitton right now.
Yeah.
He has no education in fashion. And I know people are probably watching this like, yeah, he's Pharrell, he's a celebrity. Yeah, that's cool, but not for like a $100 billion company.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything to them. They hire celebrities. That doesn't impress them. But for them to hire him to run one of the oldest like fashion houses in the world, they see his creativity and his value.
And his creativity is dope.
That's
It
what
was
I was gonna
amazing.
say. Like I feel like since Pharrell became famous and on the scene, his wardrobe, the way he carries himself has always been his own way. And I feel like when he came, didn't he come out with like ice cream or some shit?
He
like
came
that?
out with Billionaire
He
Boys
said-
Club too.
Yeah, I'm wearing that jacket.
Ice cream.
Yeah, Pharrell
Billionaire
made that
Boys Club.
shit.
And
And he
it's
bought
like-
it back too after he sold it.
I feel like he was just, he's seen everything going on. He created his own mind. And when you have that
Shout out
creativity,
Yeah.
you don't really need education
Nah.
for that. You don't, because
It's yourself.
Yeah.
It's your experiences of life that you go through.
And you can't teach that.
No.
You can't teach creativity. Like,
It's unique.
yeah, not to like knock people who are going to school. I think school's dope because it's like if you were reading a book. Like the more you know, the more you can, figure out your lane, what you like, whatever.
By your own experiences, because we're from different backgrounds, we come from different places, and if you add that up from every place you go to and put that together, that's your story right there.
Yeah.
That's what fashion is to me. I have a question for you, Joe. Like, I know you have your own brand, all in, you feel me, and you're still in the front line of it, creating it, going through the research and development of what you're doing, right? Like, what do you take from a brand like GeedUp?
So my thing is like when I actually looked at the brand, even when I first from New York, I'm like, because whenever I see a brand I like, I'm like, okay, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying? How are they standing out?
The fucking quality,
what type
bro,
of content are they putting
different.
out? And then what type of quality are they using?
Yeah.
And my biggest thing was like, it's consistent. Everything is consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on my end, if I had to be honest, and I know why it is, on my end, the only thing I'm not consistent with is content. You know what I'm saying? Like I see you guys doing the BTS videos of where you're shooting the content, all that shit. I'm not there yet. And I'll tell you why I'm not there yet. I'm at a space where there's just so much going on where I don't want to juggle everything. I want to focus on what's bringing me the most money right now. And then once like I feel like that's solid right there, that's consistent, that's, you know,
Like it's running on its own. Yeah.
I'm gonna have more energy to put into All In.
Yeah.
But so All In, I don't think we've talked about it. So I have a clothing brand that I dropped. It's called All In Lifestyle. And the reason why I dropped this brand was because before I got into this industry, I was in the fitness industry, and I was at a point in my life where I'm trying to find myself, because I was tired of the 9 to 5 at 25 years old.
Yeah.
And I used to go through a bunch of struggles, a bunch of shit, like by myself. And I used to tell myself, you know, I'm all in. No matter what happens, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be successful, and I'm gonna accomplish all my goals and go after it, you know. And then after I started to see everything fall in line, you know, I've always loved clothes because we didn't have a lot of money to buy all the clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I created a brand. I was like all in, and it's an A. And then I have like sweaters and T-shirts, and you know I handpicked my sweaters. I handpicked the material. You know, I dyed everything. I worked with people. I didn't feel like I did anything half-assed. You know, I did everything with 110%. You know what I mean?
We asked so much in here, AJ.
you're good, bro.
Don't worry,
They
it's part of
cleaned
the
this
game.
hoe. They cleaned this hoe.
But, like,
It's part of the game.
Yeah, I created that brand, and then like, you know, I don't know if you could relate to this, but you go through a moment in life where you're like, okay, I love this, but this could be on pause right now, because right now this is just so much more important. I got to provide for my son. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is gonna bring me more money right now, so it's more important. So that I can move freely and not have a budget when I got to do all this. Because content marketing adds up. You know what I mean?
It does.
That's what your brand stands for. All in and what you're doing to create what you're doing. So that's a good aspect. And you out there that want to create something from a clothing brand to a weed brand to whatever it is, make yourself a marketing company, whatever it is. We bring on certain people in here to show you this is real life stuff. This is like literally so fucking unscripted that motherfuckers really worked handing flyers out. Motherfuckers really worked in the trap. Motherfuckers really work trying to figure themselves out doing bodybuilding and shit sometimes too. You know what I see? My boy. But
Wait, I gotta ask.
it's where, but it takes you to wherever you want to take you. You just got to start. You can't be in front of your own place. You feel me? You can't be your own blockade. You got to break out. You got to network. The days you don't feel like it, you go do it. Someone invites you out, you say yes. If you don't got it, you figure a way out. You feel me? You don't need money to go every single place where, because when I used to go to places where we needed money and I had no money. You feel me? But I would be in there like I had money.
Yeah.
And then people will come up to me, talk to me, whatever. And I'm at this point where like I'm still like modest and to the point I'm still doing it because there's levels to this shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So go ahead, Joe. Like I really want you to know this unscripted. It's like it'll take you where you want to go.
Yeah.
So
man.
considering like what I just said, like I'm sure you've been through a moment where you're like, dang, do I go this way or do I go that way?
100%.
Like, what do you think about that?
Bro,
I feel like that's maturity, bro.
It is, because I mean, for life, there's no we don't got a map to this.
Yeah.
And
There's
we
no game
don't.
plan.
Yeah, man. And there's people like, I think we're really harsh on ourselves a lot of times, because I'll hear people like what you said with your brand, right? I know a lot of people who started brands, and we're putting up our own money to do this. Obviously, it didn't work out. They didn't sell as much as they thought. And they're like, man, I failed. Like, you know, I'm done with it. Like, it's not a failure. It just didn't work out. And it could there's so many variables. Timing, you know, people weren't ready for it. You didn't release it without like, you know, people anticipating it, whatever. Bro, there's billion-dollar companies that go under. So for us with like $1,000, $2,000 starting something, we're way more fragile than that. That doesn't mean that like, you know, you should be discouraged and you shouldn't pursue things. and then knowing like, oh, well, I wanted to go this route, but right now I'm in this lane, I'm over here. Dude, I left Crooks. So I was at Crooks and Castles. I went away. I had to go do time. Everybody who knows me, they know, like, I caught a case and I got locked up for a good amount of time. And that alone, like, everyone thought I was derailed. They were like, damn, he was killing it. He was into everything. And now he has to go do this. Like, that's it for his life. Like,
They're
he's
looking
never
down
going
on
to
you
get back
after
to
that
this.
point, huh?
Yeah, like he's never going to get back to this. Everything else is going to move past him.
That was your test right there, huh?
Yeah, one of them, like, for
One of
sure.
them, for sure.
So I come home, I get back with Crooks and Castles. They're forever my family. I'm working with them again. I got to a point, like, you know what? I want to try I always liked architecture. So I applied for the architecture program because while I was away, I got a college degree. In prison, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
bro.
I got a
What
college
the
degree.
How, like,
And
you
I
go to
got-
classes in prison? How does that work? So, like, you'd wake up and go to school?
Well, yeah, and doing school.
Prison school.
Still, like you're
I went
not,
to the- I
you're
went
not
to school to
segregated.
prison.
You're not segregated or not. If anyone's been away, they know. Like, you don't get a special treatment or anything. You just have homework to do at night, like essays, like the same work. So, anyways, I got accepted into Cal Poly, a university, for architecture in prison. Bro, I had a cell phone in prison that I was applying online and writing my essay. And they don't fucking know
That's
nothing.
dope, bro.
Because you could do
Crazy.
online courses.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I applied and I got, I just put like my home address as my address, and the acceptance letter went to my house. And I came home and started like months later.
Yeah.
What
So-
a beautiful
That's dope.
story.
Crazy. So again, and this is like life moving you around, right? So I'm back at Crooks and Castles. I'm
No
on
game plan.
Fairfax. Yeah. And I'm with, like, again, back to celebrities. We're doing parties with Travis Scott, whatever. And I just felt like, you know what? At this point in my life, I've done this. Let me go try architecture because I do like it. I've always cared about it. And I don't want to get to, you know, regret later in my life and say, man,
Yeah, I
I
didn't do
could have
this.
went and tried it. I never even tried. So I left Crooks, like, just quit so I could go to school. And I went to Cal Poly and I did a year at Cal Poly and aced everything. Like, you
Were
know,
there
you got
bitches on campus?
transcripts. No, I was with my girl this time.
Okay.
But yeah, I did that, and then I come back into fashion. Like, I'm like, I don't really want to do this, but I went through that avenue. Like, I checked it out, and then if you think, like, you know, somebody could have thought at that point coming out of school, like, oh, he dropped out, or oh, he couldn't cut it, or he wasted his time. Bro, everything that I do, so much of what I do nowadays, I use from what I learned in architecture. I learned how to, like, train my eye to see things, like, in photography. In design, I learned about, like, weights, like how to design movie posters and all that from school. So I got educated in that.
Preparation.
So now, like, bro, so things that I do now, when we do renderings for events, I can create a rendering and submit it. And people are like, yo, who made this? I'm like, oh, I made that
AJ,
part.
and it makes
Like,
you
what
more
the hell?
valuable.
Yeah. That's like, that's big, bro. Because, like, I'll give you an example. Like, you know, I've done so many things prior to this, and I use it to today. You know what I'm saying? Without even really knowing at the moment, you know, whether if it's understanding how to talk business or how to carry yourself or like I used to do the photo shit too. You know, I'm self-taught. I didn't go to school. I watched YouTube and I taught myself. And I started creating my own vision, and then, you know, that led to me being in the cannabis industry, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just everything is a learning experience. You know, I'm like a type that like to look back and self-reflect and think about shit, you know, and then I put whatever I could out of that into use in the future or in the present, you know.
No, I'm with you. I'm super, super conscious. I feel like a lot of people move around, especially Los Angeles. A lot of people move around very, like, unconscious, like they're asleep. They do things just out of routine, like. And if you ask a question like, "Oh, I never go to the West Side," and if I ask them like, "Well, why not?" Well, because I've never been out there. Like, so that's stopping you. So you would have to have been taken there.
A lot of shit
and
on the West
then
Side.
you'll start going. That's like what's holding you back. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So no, I'm very conscious. I reflect on everything. At the end of the week, end of the night, random times.
Do you think? Sorry, Chief. I'm like the one in like deep conversations. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
go ahead. I'm
But, like,
interested. I wasn't even gonna say anything.
Yeah. No, because I don't know.
I turned around like, what
I was
happened?
like, what I do,
I
bro?
thought you wanted to bring a topic in.
Nah, nah.
But my thing is like, do you think that's because we've been through a lot of shit, and now we have to think because anything could be taken from you?
Yeah.
Or you could lose it, or you could fuck up. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I feel like because of that, I think like that. You know.
Yeah.
I move more strategically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't try. It's rare when I make a decision without thinking about the pros and the cons. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. No, I think like the mantra for like GeedUp, play for keeps, right? Like your life is play for keeps, and you cannot think about it that way. But like we're here one time.
Yeah.
Like if I'm 37, right? I'm 37 for 1 year.
Yeah.
So the things that I do now, they're gonna contribute or take away from my next year.
Yeah.
So what do I want to do? Do I want to contribute to it? Do I want to like compound what I'm doing and build on it, or am I just gonna be like reckless and not think of anything and just be moving?
Yeah.
And then wake up and be like, oh, I'm 42 now. Now what's happening?
No, I want to be great.
You know what I mean? You're like,
And
yeah.
You feel me? I want to put in that work every year, through and throughout, no matter when the fruits are going to show up. But eventually they're going to show up. And if they don't, I know I gave it my all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? At least I tried.
As long as
Gave it my all. But I know it's going to happen.
excuse me. Nah, as long as that's how I feel. I'm content as long as I gave it all my effort because
My
I
best.
did my part.
You feel me? Your
yeah,
best.
Yeah. Think about like when we were little or something, played whatever little league. Like if I get called on to go out, I'm gonna show out. Like it doesn't matter if I played the whole game, if I played 10 minutes, if I get called out, I'm gonna show out. And then everything else that happens in the game is out of my control.
Yeah.
I'm good because I did everything I was supposed to. Right. So
Going forward to that, talking about fashion, do y'all see like a lot of Nike stores get hit, a lot of like deliveries go
Man.
missing off the trains and stuff, like a lot of like fashion stuff.
Amazon.
Like damn, like that shit just, you feel me? They be hitting up all these trucks.
bro.
So apparently, I don't know how they caught up this warehouse in L.A. Of course, L.A.
Yeah.
It had all fucking different type of Jordans, all the fucking unreleased, like not unreleased one, but the really rare ones.
Yeah.
And they tracked down every single thing where it was going, and
Shit.
the warehouse was worth like millions, bro, worth of
That's
shit,
crazy.
right? So those people are selling under the table, under black market. You
They're
feel
like
me?
black market fashion. Huh?
Do you ever think about black market fashion, like how big black market fashion is compared to like over top?
It's getting big.
For example, I went to black market fashion is counterfeits included. You gotta
Oh,
realize
okay,
this too.
okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean? So real and counterfeit. So now people are like, we'll get to that too. So I went to a pawn shop because I went to Keithley's. I just came back from Houston. I went to Keithley, shouted some banana pudding place out. That shit was gas. You feel me? I ate the
I was gonna
banana
say
pudding.
H-Town. How was
Shout
that?
out H-Town. You feel me? I ate that banana pudding. And while we were waiting for the banana pudding, actually, I went to a pawn shop next door, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They had Louis Vuitton fucking shit. They had off-white sword jackets.
Yeah, yeah.
They had shoes, right? The homie went on off-white, the StockX, and looked
Yeah.
up the shoes. They were $10 more expensive in the store. And they wrapped them up. I was like, bro, this can't be real. Like,
Yeah.
literally can't
Yeah.
be real. You feel
Yeah.
me? But they be selling that shit. And to the point where there's no one that can come and get a cease and desist right there at a pawn shop. Who
Nah,
the fuck thinks about
yeah.
that? You feel me?
Yeah.
So I feel like these companies are making billions, but they're also losing more money than they make, honestly.
Yeah.
How do you feel about black market fashion? That's crazy, huh?
Oh, like GeedUp Paco's like,
Y'all get counterfeited too?
dude, there's huge counterfeit for GeedUp out there because it's so
shit.
sought after.
Yeah.
Paco, I remember I was talking to him because they're huge on festivals out there, right? He was at a festival and there was a booth where everything up was fake.
Damn.
And they didn't know that he would be there.
Yeah.
So he walked up and made him take everything down. And like I get tagged or like people from that community who follow me now, like on social media, will show me like, hey, this shop has like fake hoodies and stuff. And it like if you know the brand, you know, like you can see there's something off in the font
Yeah.
or the colorways or whatever. But yeah, it's a huge thing, man. I saw going back to Europe, I just came back in like June, right? And they had at the airport pictures of like Louis Vuitton bags. And these are like purses, like for women, right? And then they have a new law out there. If you get caught like moving a counterfeit bag, like taking it back home with you, it's like a $10,000 fine.
Damn.
So I was tripping
So
like,
you can't have counterfeit
damn.
bags in.
Nah, so that's what I was thinking. So one, I'm like, okay, they're gonna catch you if you're trying to take like a fake Louis that looks pretty good, I'm guessing, and flip it back here, right?
Yeah.
But what about the girl from New York or LA who bought a counterfeit and she flew out there? And are they gonna crack her for her bag?
She was
when
like,
comes
I
back?
thought it was real. Yeah, so I got it as a gift. You feel me? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, got it gifted.
I feel like this counterfeit
I was
market for
like,
everything because
wow.
we get counterfeited on everything, bro. Like
Yeah.
we go on Alibaba, you feel find all that shit, but we have a thing that
In New York.
in New York, it's everywhere too.
New York, you guys,
It's sick. It's
yeah,
sick.
I know you covered it in the vlog, but like people that we talked to, they were like, "Oh, we were on rooftops, all right." And when I would, I'm social, so if I said, "Oh, you guys are cool while we're talking, take this flyer."
Let me call her right now.
Oh, we're doing this event. Big Chief's gonna be there, and girls would be like, "Oh, Big Chief is there? Yo, that's my favorite. I just bought some today." And then not till I talked to them that they were like, "Yo, there's so many counterfeits that even though people love the brand, they could have never even experienced it for reals.
Yeah.
They could have only been buying counterfeits. Like if you're in the Bronx in the hood, and the spot that you go to regularly can't get it, like how would they know?
fake it.
Yeah, how would they know if they never leave the Bronx?
Yeah,
Hey,
we've seen
but
products
we
over
try
there.
to we try to like let people know inside the packaging so they can scan it, tell if it's real or fake, right?
No, it's genius.
So the people that don't get that stuff, they're like, okay, even they can scan the box with
Yeah.
the app on there, and it has everything. If they counterfeit it correctly, they'll
To
go to
show
the
the
website and they go
authenticity.
everything.
Yeah.
Eventually, they'll catch on like, hey, yo, that shit fake as fuck.
Yeah.
How come it doesn't have that? And then
Yeah.
it always happens.
Yeah.
I have fucking customers go to dispensary right when we change the packaging sometimes, and they'll go in there and they're like, this is fake. The Big Chief wouldn't do it that way.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And I'm like, and then they hit me up. They're like, bro, I'm like, bro, you're a legal licensed dispensary. Can you let them know that?
Yeah.
Feel me? But I always
Yeah,
send
yeah.
something to the customer to let them know, you know what I mean? But it
That they were
happens.
good, yeah.
But I think counterfeit is like flattery to a certain extent
is,
because then
it
you're
is.
popping, you feel me?
It definitely shows you're successful.
It really shows you're successful, you feel me? But
I just don't like the whole thing of wearing something fake.
Oh no, I can't do
can't.
it. I can't do it.
I would,
fake glasses, fake
even
shirts.
when I was
Nothing.
broke, I would never do that.
I dress broke.
I guess it's like the respect. I don't know if it's the respect.
I just like knowing I'm pretending.
Yeah.
Like for who? For me,
Exactly.
it's like for who?
Counterfeit.
The
That's a big part of my life.
well,
too.
like how if you fooled the rest of the world, but I know what was the point? Like
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, I bought it for myself. I didn't buy it for random strangers while I'm walking around. I bought it for myself.
So you're implying-
So I'm lying to myself. And
So you're
like,
implying like if you buy fake stuff, it's for other people's pleasure, not your own pleasure, correct?
Yeah, I believe
because
so.
you're just trying to keep up with something you can't keep up with. Like you, in my opinion, like all right, a lot of things nowadays, people wear fake shoes.
Yeah.
Fake.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's 2024,
I had a
they wear
dude-
fake shoes?
On Instagram, I have this dude who I know because he told me all his retro fake reps, he's selling them for like real prices. I didn't DM him, but I'm like, bro, you're selling fake shoes. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's crazy.
But like, my thing is just like, bro, like that to me, I'm just looking at you like, okay, you don't want to go work hard to go afford the real thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you just don't care.
And this is
an easy
something,
route.
Fake persona.
Yeah, it's like no morals, no ethics.
Yeah.
Like to say, because lab diamonds, that's a good example, right? Lab diamonds are fake diamonds, and people will argue for them. And
I
be
got that
like,
Blue Moon. If you go to Blue Moon, you know you got that shit.
Yeah, you'll never see me with some Fugazi lab diamond.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I would have nothing before I had that. But
I'd
like,
rather not wear anything.
yeah, what's the point? So the funny thing is people like the selling point for that is, but you can't really tell. It passed a diamond tester. And I'm like, if you're buying it and you know it's not real, what's the point of a diamond tester? Why are you trying? So what you're trying to say is the selling point, and the reason you bought it is because if anybody tries to call you on your lie, you can stick to your lie and they can't really prove it.
So you're
on
hiding
the
in
street.
your
Yeah.
lies.
So you're like, this is like a good lie for you.
Why do people
like what?
Why is the human nature wanting to create that to impress other people that don't give a fuck about anything, and then years later it doesn't matter? So
Yeah.
why I'm being very honest. Why is the human nature like that though?
I think socially,
Society.
yeah, socially,
Society.
we all want to like.
Why do we
belong.
create that society? What, like,
Nah, it's just,
everyone got
like-
to. You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me? No, be yourself.
So Instagram or social media is always the best parts of situations or people's lives, but it's never reality.
It's a highlight.
Yeah.
It's curated. You like if your birthday party, right? You're not showing the picture of like your mouth open, or you want the picture like where you look cool. It's your birthday. It's your best moment, right? But you slid in the pause for me. Good looking. But yeah, I feel like what people really don't think about when they wear like the fake shit. This is something that trips me out, right? So if you wore something fake, it's kind of like you would have to have everything fake, or else you're taking a loss. Because imagine if your shoes were fake, but your glasses are real, your watch is real, your diamonds are real. All right, cool. When somebody can prove that that was fake or knows that that was fake, they're gonna disregard everything else you
everything.
did.
And your
Yeah.
value is
Oh, your
devalued.
watch got to be fake.
Yeah.
You're cool with wearing this. Why wouldn't you? If you spend 15 bands for your watch, why wouldn't you spend 500?
Yeah.
Like it'll go across the board. So now everything that you have real has been discredited, and you did that to save 300.
But like, check this out. But if you didn't do that, right? No one will give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because no one gives a fuck.
So everybody's in their own world,
They have on their own
and their
perceptions.
own like just everything, doing their own grind, got their own problems. Nobody's like
Gives a fuck.
Yeah, nobody cares like that. So I'm just saying, like, to wear something fake, you didn't have to do that.
No.
Like, you can't tell me, oh, I wore these fake Nikes because it cost. You could have bought Nikes at Foot Locker. So you didn't buy them because it's all you can afford. You could afford Foot Locker, but you bought fake Travis Scotts because you want to look like this.
Yeah.
And you think you're gonna fool anyone. And that's another thing. Like being here in the city, you can't fool nobody.
Yeah, so no.
You're
can
gonna
see
have
bro,
a Cuban link like jumping out of an Altima with lab diamonds. Like, all right,
No
bro, you
sense.
fool. And you live in an
Unless that's
apartment.
the hoopty car.
Yeah.
You see that a lot, bro.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see
Like,
that. It's
all right.
funny.
You're waiting in line for the club. You ain't got a table.
Would you
But
rather
got
have
three chains on?
Would you rather have a big house or a nice car? A nice house or a nice car, not a big house, but a nice car or a nice house.
Damn, that's hard. Well, I think it's so I'm not into a big house, but a nice house, like comfortable, yeah. But I love cars, so it would probably.
So you have a hoopty house and a nice car.
Yeah, nah, not a hoopty house. That's a nice house.
Hey,
Like a balance.
hey, I want to ask.
Yeah,
I wanna
yeah.
ask
But
you-
I don't need like big. I'm not like.
Hey, going to that, I had to ask you a couple questions, right?
Okay.
I asked him a few things, right? I might ask you because people might get to know you better. You feel me? So it's this or that. You feel me? You just pick one.
This or that? Okay.
And we'll go to the end of the ones we talked about that are hilarious. So, summer or winter?
Summer, easy.
Ass or titties?
Ass.
Nice. We
We're-
understand.
We're right here. Right
We're
here.
right here.
Page.
Natural or BBL?
Natural.
We're okay. We're in the same. I don't know. Joe's in the BBL.
Joe.
Okay.
them both.
UFC or boxing?
Oh, boxing. Yeah.
Painful truth or comforting lie?
Nah, I need the truth. No matter
Talk
what.
to me. Bad hair day or bad drip day?
Bad hair day.
Yeah, hat
Bad
on
hair
top.
day. Yeah.
Trump or Biden?
Oh, Biden.
America. All right, make
Can't do Trump for nothing.
You don't. Oh, you don't smoke, so I can't ask you that. Okay, would you live with a homeless person or live with 100 cats?
What the fuck? Probably a homeless person. I don't like cats. I don't like cats.
That
for
guy over
nothing.
there would live with 100 cats.
Yeah, I can't do cats.
Okay, last question.
That's a funny one though. Homeless person.
Hairless cat or weasel?
What the fuck? Oh man. I don't know. I don't know what a weasel's like, but I'm leaning towards weasel.
Yeah, weasel stink though.
What the fuck?
I'll take the hairless cat.
See, I wasn't ready for that.
So
They stink like their fur, like naturally.
nah, so like weasels, like they just smell like shit.
I don't know. Doesn't it look like a ferret or whatever?
Yeah, it looks like a fucking big ass fucking rat. You know
I've
what I
only
mean?
seen like a cartoon weasel. I don't think I've seen like.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know an area in the zoo that's like
Yeah.
here's weasels.
Hey.
So I have a question because it kind of pivot back real quick. So like you went to prison, right? You know, a lot of times, a lot of people will look at that and it's like, hold on, like let me take a step back from this guy. but it's clear to see that you didn't allow that to define who you are.
Yeah.
How'd you get past that point? And if I could answer for you, I feel like it's the individual you are, and then your work ethic.
Nah, 100%.
It allowed people to see past he was in prison, like we can't trust him. Because you get what I'm saying,
yeah,
bro. Like
100%. It's a big stigma.
Yeah. So how'd you get past that, and what did you do to not let that part of your life define you?
So I've always been like a confident person. I believe in myself. And going away was like heartbreaking for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like what people assumed, everything would be done. Mm-hmm. He's not gonna bounce back, whatever. And that's how like I started my time. But then I told myself, I'm here by like enemies, like people who just wanted to ruin me. And
Thank you.
if my life doesn't become what I wanted it to be, then they won, even if I go home. So like, if he was an all-star player and then he gets injured and he can never recover, if he got injured in the game and it was like an opponent who really didn't like him, that opponent wins because he never got to recover and go for it. Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to let these people win. If I'm their enemy, what's going to really hurt them is for me to like kill it.
Stand on
to
your
be
business.
successful. Yeah. So I was like, I made sure that my mentality inside was, this is temporary. Because I don't know if you know, but it's like 85% of people who ever went away, you're going to go back.
You're going to go back.
So it's almost dead certain that you are, like, this is the rest of your life. So inside, so inside, correctional officers treat you like, bro, this is it. I don't care if you're 20, 50, whatever. The rest of your life, you're going to be in prison. This is it. And I would tell them, this is temporary. And they would tell me, is this your first time? And I would tell them, this is my only time. Like, you'll never see me in here again. So y'all got me this time, cool. And I'm here and I got to do this. I'll stand on it. But when I come out, I'm gone. Yeah. Like, this is it.
And that's dope, bro, because a lot of people, like, my thing, and we talk about this and I preach this, is your mental toughness is everything.
100%.
You're either going to fold or you're not.
Yeah.
And the ones that understand that aren't going to fold. The ones that really push themselves and challenge themselves and not let them quit on everything, you're going to see that light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And I guess I would ask you, I know you definitely want to be and do a lot of bigger things now, like coming from where we just talked about, like, in your opinion, what's the key to success?
I think believing in yourself, definitely working hard, but not working hard blindly because...
Working smart.
Yeah, because like you see, I remind myself, it's reminders for us in the city. When you stop at a light, there's all these people catching the bus.
Or someone doing crack sitting down, chilling. I just witnessed that today earlier.
Yeah, you see that in the city.
Yeah, no, for real. I live in downtown LA, bro. She was sitting down enjoying her day. I thought she was rolling a blunt. I was all happy, like, look, rolling a blunt. And me and my driver staring at her. And she like, let it hit it. And she goes, normal. I said, yo.
You know what? That's why I can't live in the city, because there's so much peace of mind when you could walk out and you're...
People don't give a fuck what they're doing. You should not give a fuck either.
No, this is why I can't live in LA, because of that, bro. Like, when I walk out of my house, go grab the mail or whatever, it's peaceful, bro.
You know someone doing crack?
What up, neighbor? Not no one taking a shit on the sidewalk.
My neighborhood don't have no crackheads for sure. We're good.
Not no one peeing on the window. Not a homeless guy walking in your parking garage. Like, it's just, there's more peace of mind, and that's why, like, me and my family...
I can't be in the city like that.
No, me and my family...
I like yards. I like being outside.
Exactly.
Same one day.
Like, my dad and them, they're from LA, so I kind of was born and raised in East LA for, like, a small period of my beginning stage, and then moved to Covina, West Covina. Been there my whole life since, like, 2nd, 3rd grade.
Yeah.
But I'm always in LA.
Hey, pivoting back to this, like, your environment really shapes who you are, right? So... When you're upbringing, how were your parents? Were they supportive? Were your family supportive? Like, did you lean on anybody? That was a big part. You know?
Yeah. So the hard work and like determination is from my pops, 100%. Like,
shout out pops.
Yeah. Like not even 1,000%, right? So he immigrated straight from Mexico, probably like 8, 9 years old, and when I was growing up, he worked manual labor, like in construction. And then realized that, like, this ain't gonna go much further than what he was already doing. And he was talented in it. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a company. And on his own started a company. And this is somebody like never went to college, has no money. Like he would do side jobs on the weekend to pay the 1 or 2 guys that he hired during the week. So like he didn't even have like a savings to make it happen. And from the bottom made it up. And then now living good, put on for my whole family.
Shout out Pots, man.
Yo, so when somebody tells me like what you can or can't do, I gotta see it firsthand. So you can't tell me nothing. Like if it was starting a company or being successful, like I think if you're determined, and nobody stop you. Yeah. I expect people to tell me it's not gonna happen. That's cool. You don't see it's gonna happen.
Because eventually it'll catch on.
Yeah.
You know?
And like whether you see it or not, cool, it's still coming.
You have siblings?
Yeah, it's 5 of us.
Damn,
I'm the
I didn't even know
boy.
this. Oh,
yeah.
damn, you got 4 younger ones, huh?
Yeah. I got
They
3
look up to
younger
you,
brothers.
huh?
Yeah,
You're the oldest?
I'm the oldest boy. My
Okay.
sister's the oldest. Yeah,
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me too. I'm the oldest boy, so
Yeah.
I'm like the second dad.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
Like, they look up at.
The same thing. My sister like calls me for whatever.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope.
Hey, but shout out to you, bro. I just wanted to give you
Thank you,
flowers. I
bro.
really wanted
Thank
to bring
you.
you on, and you're always welcome back to come chop it up whenever
Nah,
you
this
want.
shit is dope. This shit is
You
dope.
know what I mean? And then I see these new GeedUp drops right here. You feel me? Y'all can go check out the website. This
That
shit's
just dropped today.
one thing I really just dropped like an hour,
Today,
2 hours
yeah.
ago. So on Monday, hopefully y'all can get it.
Yo, those T-shirts.
Joe.
Here, let me look up his name because I don't want to say his name wrong.
Check it out, Joe. Really proud of you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
And it's
Nah.
just the beginning, bro. Because like honestly, we're about to kill it,
These
and
are
you're
hard.
part
I've
of the
seen
Big
them on
Chief
the
family.
gram.
Yeah.
You're really part of the Big Chief family, bro.
Thank you, man. Nah, like, I love you guys. The energy that you guys have is 100. And for people who don't know, like, it's real easy in LA to be jaded. It's real easy to not fuck with people and to try to like protect what's yours and not be open to like people you aren't familiar with. But like you guys were mad cool as soon as we met. I was doing a whole event in New York and then approached them right after like, weeks of us meeting. Like, yo, why don't you come with us to New York and do this and that? And we killed it. And it was like beneficial
time.
for everyone.
Yeah,
and
that was
then,
one of my best New York experiences.
right? Like,
yeah.
It was amazing.
and again, we're not even from out there. Like,
Shout out New York, man. We love
Yo,
you
we
guys.
love New
we're
York.
not out from
we're not from there. None of us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they love
I didn't
us
think
like we're
about
from
that.
there. It's
I didn't
crazy.
Think about that.
People, same thing. People not seeing the vision, whatever,
Yeah.
right? People were like, man, what if you only have 100 people show up? And I didn't accept it. Like, that won't happen because I know that what we're doing is cool. I know people will think it's cool also, right?
Yeah.
So what do we have? Like 1,000, 1,500 people
Shitload of
each
people,
night,
bro.
Each
And
night.
I mean a shitload of people.
Wrapped around the block. I got drone footage.
Yeah.
Going around the block.
I handed everybody in line pre-rolls.
I know.
Crazy.
Everyone was chiefing up. Hey, shout out Sasha. She was holding it down too.
Sasha's dope.
Yeah.
Yo, one thing I could say before we end this off is like, bro, like, from my perspective, I see how hard you work.
Thank you,
This
man.
guy comes in with a certain energy that you want around you. And not just that, like his people around him are all with the same intentions. And I also love that, like, we want to do big things. You want to do big things. You see our energy. You match our energy. You know what I'm saying? We all have a certain intention or a certain goal that lines up with each other.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like we all, fuck with each other heavy.
Yeah.
And we just barely met.
Ganging them.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dang,
it's
yo.
crazy that I always tell myself before I leave my house, and I really do.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm gonna meet some dope ass people today. You feel me?
And
like,
that's
I'm
dope to think. Like,
Because I always say I'm gonna meet my favorite person today. Honestly, if I really break it down,
that's dope.
And
Yeah.
then every day I meet someone dope as fuck. I'm like,
everyone's almost his favorite person, bro.
That's dope. That's fucking crazy to think like this.
and
You
I
walk
created
out
my
and you're
life how I
like,
wanted
yo.
to create it. You
Yeah.
feel me? So
Yeah.
that's really it.
Yeah.
I don't have no lame ass bitches around me. You know what I'm saying? We all lit. I'm a host lit.
Yeah.
Nah, but like the guys here, dude, they kill it. And like you guys had the grand opening. Like I show up, like I come to support them with like no ulterior motives, nothing that's like
Thanks for
like
coming.
how it's gonna benefit whatever.
Thanks for
right?
coming.
It's
Just genuine.
Thanks for coming to my
to
pod.
celebrate you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys are dope. And like, I see the work that you guys put in. we're from LA. How many companies are out here
Shitload.
doing what you guys do?
Yeah.
There's mad companies, but still, you guys are outshining so many people because just the way you carry yourself. You're paying attention to detail. You're doing things that are current, like how you can verify the authenticity of things.
And you can get
Like, there's
points
so
and buy
many
shit
levels
that's
to all this.
you can't buy with money online. That's dropping soon. I might have some heat for y'all. You feel me?
Bro, like, look at you just launched stores. You have merch out like
Yeah.
simultaneously with
Yeah.
it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's people who I try to convince them they already have companies of, whatever industry. And I'm like, yo, get into merch, do something. You'll have another little revenue stream.
Yeah.
And they don't see it. And you off the bat were like, oh, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
But-
Big Chief hat's
but
dropping
that's-
soon.
Trying to brand.
man.
You'll get yours,
Branding.
bro. I
Yeah.
promise.
Branding.
I promise you. But I want to give it to you correctly from my heart. You feel me? I just want
Yeah.
the hat, bro.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you like that, but it's different.
Yeah.
Feel me? I gotta be nice.
Give it to me in Europe.
presentation.
It's presentation, huh?
Give it to me in Europe.
Ooh, European.
Yeah.
Yo, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys like the video, drop a comment. AJ, where can they find you and where can they find GeedUp?
We'll put the link in the bio.
Yeah. So it's just GeedUp, GeedUp, clothing.com. That's our website.
And your personal Instagram and GeedUp's Instagram.
My IG is AJ Corleone. And then
Don
GeedUp's.
Corleone.
You see the background. I had to use it. And then GeedUp's IG is GeedUpco.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But you're going to see us.
Hey,
We're
stay
moving.
stay
Tap
chiefed
in.
up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Peace. That was dope, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up and jumping on this with us, bro.
Llama, red pajama, I feel alone with I'm a mama, Baby llama wanna drink, mama llama at the sink,